Hi everyone, I am Dr.S.REETHA, Assistant Professor in Botany, Bharathiyar Arts and Science College for Women, Deviyakurichi. Now I am going to discuss about Oscillatoria. It is one of the algal species. Algae are chlorophyll-bearing thallophytes in which the sex organ may be unicellular or multicellular. These sex organ is not protected by any sterile envelope. The algae are autotrophic, that means they can prepare their own food material by means of photosynthesis. A well-known phycologist Fritsch classified the algal species into 11 classes based on photosynthetic pigment, reserve food material, thallus structures and reproduction. They are chlorophysi, xanthophysi, chrysophysi, facilarophysi, cryptophysi, dinophysi, chloromonidae, euglenophysi, pheophysi, rhodophysi and cyanophysi. These chlorophysi are otherwise called as green algae. Next, xanthophysi is otherwise called as yellow-green algae. Rhodophysi is otherwise called as red algae. Cyanophysi is otherwise called as blue-green algae. The photosynthetic pigment chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, chlorophyll C, chlorophyll D and chlorophyll E. The chlorophyll A is common to all these 11 classes. Then chlorophyll B is a photosynthetic pigment that is present in chlorophysi. Then chlorophyll C is a photosynthetic pigments which are present in pheophysi. Chlorophyll E is a photosynthetic pigments which are present in xanthophysi. Chlorophyll D is a photosynthetic pigment which are present in rhodophysi. Oscillatoria, it is a blue-green algae. It is a freshwater algae. It comes under the class Cyanophysi, order Oscillatorials. Oscillatorials has the oscillatorial movement. That's why these are included in the family Oscillatoriaceae. It represented by 76 species. It is commonly present in freshwater. That means the algae which are grown in pond, lake and rivers, that algae are called as freshwater algae. Oscillatoria sancta is a marine algae. That means the algae which are grown in saline waters, that algae are called as marine algae. Then Oscillatoria anae is a epiphytic algae. Oscillatoria is a filamentous unbranched algae. These filamentous may be free or attached, rarely in single. These Oscillatoria filamentous forms a blue-green mucilaginous coatings on the surface of flowing water. Next one is the structure of Oscillatoria. The plant body of Oscillatoria is a thallus. That means there is no differentiated into true root, true stem and true leaves. The thallus may be simple, unbranched. Here there is no branches, unbranched and filamentous. Each filamentous are called as trichomes. Then these trichomes are surrounded by a mucilaginous. These trichomes are surrounded by a mucilaginous substance. In some species, the apical cells have a thickening. That cells are called as capsules or calyptra. Among these filamentous, biconcave cells are filled with mucilaginous substance. That cells are called as necreous cells or separating disc. Here's the plant body of Oscillatoria is a thallus. The thallus is simple and unbranched. The filaments are called as trichome. Calyptras are capsules, necredius are separation discs. Next one is the ultrastructure of Oscillatoria thallus. This thallus may be divided into three types: outer cell wall, middle plasma membranes and inner protoplasm. Then this outer cell wall is again divided into three layers: outer mucilaginous layer, inner cellulose layer and middle pectin layer. Then this protoplasma is surrounded by plasma membrane. Then this protoplasm is again divided into two layers: outer layers and inner layer. This outer layers is otherwise called as chromoplasm. Then the inner layers is otherwise called as centroplasms or central body. These centroplasms is represented by a incipient nucleus that is called as gonophore. Then it is represented by the DNA fibrils. Then inner is there membrane bound organs of endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, Golgi complex are absent in Oscillatoria. The next one is the outer layers is chromoplasm. The photosynthetic pigments of chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, chlorophyll D are present only in the chromoplasm. The chromo means colored pigment. Then the reserve food materials are present in this central portions of the centroplasm. Then there are two types of the granules are present in the central portions of the protoplasm. They are alpha granules and beta granules. The alpha granules is represented by the proteins, then beta granules is represented by the lipids component. These are the cells of Oscillatoria. The cells are divided into three layers: cell walls, plasmamembranes and protoplasm. Then protoplasm is again divided into chromoplasms and centroplasm. These are the photosynthetic pigments which are present in the Oscillatoria species. Movement of Oscillatoria. There are three different types of movements are present in Oscillatoria. First one is gliding movement, next one is oscillator movement, the next one is bending movement. First one is the gliding movement. In this movement, the trichomes moves upwards and backwards in the directions of the long axis of the trichome. The next one is the oscillatory movement. In this movement, the trichomes bend and left and right sides of the trichomes. It is just like a pendulum of wall clock. The next one is the bending movement. In this movement is similar to that of oscillatorial movement, but the apical cells rarely bend at the end of each oscillations. The reproductions of Oscillatoria. Sexual reproductions are absent in Oscillatoria. There are two different types of vegetative reproductions are present in Oscillatoria. They are fragmentations. Second one is the hormone formations. Next. Fragmentations, the filaments break into many small fragments. Each fragments are grown into produce a new thallus. This breakdown may be due to the formations of hormones in between the filaments or any other external forces. Next one is the hormone formations. A small species of the filament in between these two fragments is called as hormone. When the breakdown of the fragment in between these nacreous cells, the hormones are released from these filaments through the waters. During favorable conditions, these hormones grow into produce a new thallus. Next one, the life cycles of Oscillatoria. Here, the hormones develop to produce the new Oscillatoria thallus. Then Oscillatoria is developed to produce divided into two vegetative forms. One is the hormone formation, next one is the fragmentations. I hope you understand all Oscillatoria thallus structure, reproductions and life cycles. We will meet your next topic. Thank you.